Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another YI, which will only be a joke that people who know anyone from the Northeast will know. I'm not Geordie, but now it just comes across as YI. But here we are with Redfall, and it does say why I'm disappointed. And yeah, everyone already knows what happened with Redfall when it initially came out. It was, to put it mildly, a clusterfuck. And me and the bro, we played it on launch. We got copies. We were hoping to have a kind of fun, open world, looter shooter game we could play together. A little bit different, wasn't zombies, that kind of thing. It was doing vampires. It had that kind of attempt at kind of an 80s style, Fright Night type theme to it. And it didn't work out. I mean, if you've seen anyone on the internet when this thing came out on YouTube, you saw all the horror stories and how utterly broken the game was. And yeah, it was. Patch 1.1 came out 12th of June, and there was a lot of claims within this patch that were supposed to have fixed stuff. I'm here to say now that this footage is from 1.1. A lot of this stuff did not happen. I'm just going to go through and sort of discuss some of this. So, gameplay. Top of the list, increased enemy encounter spawn rates across the open world. Now, I'm assuming all they did was they changed the percentile of that from whatever the base number was and added a 0.5%, because the number of enemies that we encountered crossing the map didn't seem any different from before the patch. Improved aim-down sight visibility only through sniper scopes. Didn't really notice any difference. Breakable glass windows now shatter on impact from all guns. If there were more reasons for you to be firing in areas that would have breakable glass, that would be great, but just not enough enemies. They also have Brewborn the robot will no longer idle in place after you perform Siren. That's a lie. He will actually just idle in place after you use the Siren ability. It still works. He just doesn't come back to you straight away. You usually have to get quite a significant distance, and then the game will auto respawn him near to your character. Medical supplies, a few bits and pieces. A funny one, the Rook. A few of the combat ones. Fixed instances of enemies appearing unresponsive in combat. Maybe. Honestly, the enemies are so brain dead. There's not much really to say in that regard. The AI is utterly incompetent in every shape and form. This makes like Quake AI look, relatively intelligent and capable of adapting to you on the fly. These guys are just the worst. Every single vampire, even the special ones, will just do the same thing. They will just run at you and swipe. And once you've got that, difficult chain of attacks down, relatively easy to deal with a whole horde of vampires. And the cultists and the bellwether mercenaries are largely the same. The patch notes actually state cultist and bellwether enemies receive general improvements to their combat behaviors, including faster reaction times. Doesn't matter. They don't take cover. They don't use tactics. They don't have any special abilities, so there aren't really any difference between the different types of bellwether mercenaries and cultists. They all just have generic assault rifles. I think the difference is cultists will throw like a blood mist grenade that will do damage over time, whereas bellwether mercs might throw hand grenades. So off the top of my head, I don't ever remember any of them being alive long enough to do that. One of those improved vampire melee attacks increased the chance of hitting players in motion. Yeah, because initially you could just run backwards and to the right, and the vampires would always miss you. So I think all they've done there is they've just increased the tracking of the attack. The Rook is still a complete joke. Like, he literally, the first time we encountered him, he just died. He was so quick to die. I activated an ultimate. The bro activated an ultimate. He ran at us. We put maybe half a magazine each into him, and then we staked him. Got pretty decent loot, and that was it. I mean, that was the Rook. We're supposed to fear this guy. He was not the big frightening boss mob mini boss mob that's supposed to appear to put the players back in their place. Be careful, don't kill too many vampires, or else the Rook will turn up. In fact, if anything, it just makes you want to kill more vampires more quickly, because the Rook turning up actually gives you decent drops. which I'll get to in a bit. Added mouth blood to additional vampire facial variation. Gives a shit. I mean, why was that even a thing? That shouldn't even be in a patch note for this at this point. The game is so utterly broken. Environment stuff. Players have a higher chance of encountering additional and varied enemies while exploring the open world. Again, we didn't see anything out of the normal. We left the fire station, your initial hub zone base, and directly down a hill from us there were the same group of enemies fighting the same group of cultists, and to the left and right of us down a main street, nothing. Completely silent. No enemies patrolling, no random spawns of vampires or cultists, no ambushes, nothing. Just, I think at one point we did encounter two blood bags who seemed to possibly be having a conversation by a tree, which died very quickly because they're weak vampire characters that don't have any real attacks. They just explode near you if you are stupid enough to kill them point blank range. That's it. That I think that was the most dynamic encounter we had the entire time that we played to record this. Mission briefing sequences are brighter, which doesn't really matter because the mission briefings are all just still images with some very, very basic animation in there. Performance and stability. And now this was actually a thing. I haven't had any issues with Redfall's performance. I know a lot of people in other videos have had connection issues with friends dropping out, constantly crashing. I think at the time, prior to 1.1, we had one instance of the game dropping us, and I think that was because their servers had to do a restart, so we just got disconnected from each other. And that really was it. I mean, the 1.1 patch list, it does not do a lot. And to put it into perspective, this patch was 60 gig. They then did a hotfix, which was another 26 gig. And that had 3 gameplay fixes, 1 combat AI fix, and a multiplayer fix, and that was it. What the fuck are they doing? How did they screw it up this badly? I cannot really come up with anything that is particularly positive about the game. At least from a gameplay perspective. I don't mind the environment. I know a lot of people complained about the look of the place. I think it's fine. I like the setting because I don't think it's one that's ever been done in a game like this before. So I feel that the setting at least looks unique. There's definitely been effort put in to give it the style of a small town off the coast of, I think it's Maine, in the States. It looks nice. There's a good mix of architectural styles and stuff in there. It's got all handmade props and all the rest of it in there. You can go in a fair number of the shops and stuff. That's kind of cool. It's just a pity that there isn't anything to do in them. There's no encounters. There's not even any real storytelling environmentally going on in these locations. Where you go into a place that might have been held by cultists, but you don't see any evidence of what the cult has been up to. For instance, like they haven't sacrificed anybody. They don't have prisoners. They haven't made any kind of scrawlings on the wall or anything like that. There's nothing that really makes it look like a bunch of vampire cultists have set up in the place. There's just no story going on with that. And the story itself in the game it's jumbled. It's hard to sort of pick up straight away because you find these little vials of, I guess they're supposed to be like a psychic essence or memory that is from the perspective of this person who I think was the root cause of the whole thing because their blood was unique in some way, and it's what allowed these scientists to basically turn themselves into vampires in that regard. But you have to route around the environment, and it's a big map, so there's a lot of these things to find, and they sort of dole out little bits of story as you go along, but it's story that's being told to you in the middle of you running around and trying to loot stuff. So a lot of the time you're not really paying attention to it, unless if you're playing on your own, I guess you can just stop and listen. But if you're playing with other people, obviously you can't just say like, hey, stop what you're doing, I want to listen to this story bit or whatever. Everyone stands around waiting for this. this woman who's always relied on the kindness of strangers to dole out this little bit of narrative. Other narrative, it comes in the form of like psychic echoes, which are they're just still images again. That just you see this weird outline of a person's skeleton and circulatory system, and they move those around a bit. There's no animation at all to any of these things. It's really shocking how low budget this supposedly big budget game is in that regard. Loot, the main draw of any of these kind of games, the reason you would play this type of game, not really there. It's just crap most of the time. You open a box with lockpicks, you hope to find at least a gun. Sometimes you find apples, which convert any of these kind of things like tools and apples and toilet paper and what else, they convert into a currency that you use to restock ammo or buy more med kits or little like buff items, which are vials of blood you can carry on your person, or on the rare occasions go to the gun shop and maybe see a gun that might be a bit better than one of the ones you've got. Weapon variation visually is very poor. I guess we have been spoiled by games like Borderlands with the weapon generation system, but that's the bar, and you have to meet it or surpass that. This game doesn't do that at all. Weapons are all pretty bland. You end up coming across the same kind of guns constantly, like the number of times that you'll see a gun called Grackle, and it will literally just be the same gun. It's just now it's a higher level version of the gun with maybe it's green, maybe it's blue, but ultimately it'll look the same. It doesn't matter about the stats. I mean, part of it is the visual side. You want to look cool. You get new, interesting looking weapons. And it's one of the reasons you will want to piss off the Rook to make that turn up, because from my experience so far, he's dropped unique weapons. Kill his ass, get a unique gun. It's the main reason. It's a shame as well, because some of the more unique weapons like the UV beam and the stake launchers, they're pretty cool. But the standard weapons, pistols and shotguns, assault rifles, SMGs, sniper rifles, they're all pretty similar. There's not that much different going on. I don't know if there are other activities a bit further in, maybe just doing nests are the best way of getting hold of some of the more unique looking guns, but it's kind of deflating every time you kill one of the more unique vampires, like an angler for instance. You go through that rubble pile and you find a grey, or you open up a locked box at a location and it's a big thing and it needs a lockpick, and you open it and it's got a green, and it's just pointless. You may as well just save your lockpicks most of the time, because nearly every time you open something with them, they just have shit all. Yeah, combat is unsatisfying most of the time. Enemies will... It's weird. Enemies will die relatively quickly, but on the rare occasions where the game does actually manage to overwhelm you, and generally it's because it'll have a vampire that, because they can teleport, they can get behind you. Vampires will do a lot of damage to you. So the only times you really fail a combat encounter isn't because the enemies were better or that you were in a bad position, that kind of thing. It'll just be because the AI will spawn in a location or move to a location that is your blind spot, and then they just do so much damage so quickly you get downed. It's not really a challenge. It's just kind of bullshit. Again, it's not like in other looter shooters in games like Borderlands where if you fail, it's mainly because you went into the encounter the wrong way. You just jumped straight into the enemy and you got lit up, or you just moved to the wrong spot. Because obviously games like Borderlands and games of its ilk have Destiny and stuff. They have different varieties of enemies within the groups that perform different roles. Some of them, the heavy weapons ones will throw grenades at you. Some of them will try and flank you. They'll be a bit more evasive. All the enemies in this game are all basically the same enemy, so it's just usually teleporting or just weight of numbers. This usually happened to me and the bro when we would go to the safe houses, and you always to open them to gain access, you always have to do some kind of combat encounter, and generally they'll be in a very small location, and triggering them will have a lot of enemies appear, and sometimes there'll be environmental objects. Like every single car in the game's world will explode if a bullet or two hits them, and in the middle of a gunfight, when you're just spraying ammo at things, you're naturally going to hit these objects and they're going to blow up. And sometimes we've taken more damage from just accidentally shooting a car than we have being shot by the enemies, because most of the time they either don't fire or they shoot and they miss you completely. Like it's like they're firing at a different map. Sometimes because they're that bad. Voice lines are just forgettable or incredibly bad. Hey bro, what was the line yesterday that my character said?
Not bloodsuckers, butt suckers.
Butt suckers, yeah, not bloodsuckers, butt suckers. This is the level of the writing. I'm just checking that the rating on this game. This game is rated intense violence, blood, gore, strong language, apparently. But my character said bloodsuckers, more like butt suckers. Hey, come on. It's terrible. I'm looking at the store page now. So just to give you an idea of the date, 24th of June. Here we are. Overall, over 1,700 reviews, 31% of them positive, the rest are negative, making the game mostly negative as a review. The most recent ones, 71 negative, so 33% of the most recent 71 reviews have been positive, the rest have been negative there. Yeah. The only reason this game is still being supported at this point is there have been people who unfortunately bought the Bite Back edition, and the only reason they would support this is there are 2 other playable characters coming. Not like you'll care, because the existing characters, they don't have much going for them that makes them really, must-have, must-play kind of things. Like Devinder, the character that the bro plays, he's a lot of just, I don't know, he's a lot of sort of British stereotypes in characters and games, and he's also just not that interesting. His skill set his ultimate is very powerful, because it can just freeze all the vampires around him instantly, but his sort of standard abilities, his teleport thing, it's not really that important. And then the little shock rods that he can drop. The character I was playing, I forget her name now. She's the Latina woman who's got the little robot called Bribon. She's like the support healer of the group, but she throws C4, which is it's a weird choice. Search and rescue, throw C4 around. I forget what her other ability is now. I'm sure she got 2, but you know what? I can't actually remember what the other one is. Her ultimate is just keeps you alive and increases your damage. You got your sniper who has like a scout ability, and then you've got the other woman who's got magic. I guess it's just like, I don't know, fucking voodoo or some shit, but she can like make elevators, like spectral elevators appear that can allow players to jump up in the air higher, and she can absorb bullets with an umbrella. Not like she'd need it, because, as I said, the enemies very rarely fire. You'd have to stand around for a bit to wait for the enemies to start shooting at you in any large numbers that you would have to use that ability. Because 9 times out of 10, you can just walk up and punch enemies to death, 1 or 2 hits, and that's it. They're down. There's no like melee kills, by the way. You can't sneak up on someone, press a button, and like stab them in the neck. For this game with intense gore and violence, or snap a neck. Nothing like that. You just do like a generic kind of straight arm punch, and it just instantly kills most enemies. So there's nothing really involved in that. Stealth isn't even really a thing. Not like you need it, because the most encounters, like for instance, there's some locations are protected by vampire snipers. I guess is the best way. I think they're called watchers, but they give themselves away for a start. They have a giant orange beam of light coming out of their eyes. And even if you're stood out in like a bit of grass in front of a building that they're supposedly watching over, they will not see you unless you purposely walk into that beam. rather than them being an element where the players have to actually, keep their eyes up on the rooftops to make sure, oh shit, is there one of these watcher things here, where they could act as an early warning system and, create a dynamic encounter where you might accidentally blunder into the sight line of this creature, which causes a load of vampires and cultists, whatever, to turn up, and it's suddenly a fight for your life scenario. These things advertise their position. They can't see you, regardless of how much noise you make or how much you run around in front of them, unless you trigger their special eye beam, and they die in a couple of hits. So they're not even that much of a deterrent anyway. If you've got a sniper rifle and you spot them from a good chunk away, you just shoot them. It won't even trigger an encounter. Just shoot them. No one gives a crap. They're dead. And there's no deterrent. The Bellwether Mercs could have been a force that had more of a tech side to their gear. They have a little drone, a gun drone that they can put down. Again, they work a bit like the sniper one. A little bit more responsive, because I think they're on the ground rather than up above, so that they have a higher chance of actually detecting the player. But the drones aren't really that much of a threat. And the Mercs themselves don't really have much else. They don't have like any kind of special units, for instance, or I don't know, any kind of like unique enemy types. They're all just the same guys in just tack gear with assault rifles. I think it's a missed opportunity. Bellwether Mercs could have been a little bit more of a threat by having stronger weapons, more resistance to obviously to bullets from the player, because they'd have like body armor and that kind of thing, Kevlar. They might use different types of grenades, like flashbangs, smoke grenades, high explosive, being able to deploy drones to sort of scan the area to keep track of where you are, so that they could dynamically move and try to chase you down, being able to deploy heavier units that might be equipped with things like machine guns or grenade launchers, rocket launchers, that kind of thing. Whereas on the cultist side, they could have been a bit more scrappy, using pistols and shotguns and SMGs. But they, maybe they had like drugs derived from vampire blood they inject themselves with, so some of them go like crazy and they start running at you. They could take more damage. They could do more damage. Then I have melee cultists who are just running around, with improvised melee weapons, bats and pipes and stuff like that. But they can come at you in larger numbers, being able to maybe call in, vampire, the vampire that they're enthralled to assist them, that kind of thing. Making at least the two human factions feel a bit more varied, rather than it just basically being the same dude. It is the same character model. There's no difference there. They just changed the clothing that they wear. And I'm pretty sure every single enemy also just wears a mask, so they didn't have to model faces properly. They just see their eyes. So you don't see any mouths or anything like that. It's just the same. I think it's just the same character face, and the same character model, height and everything. So it just screams how many budget cuts or just shortcuts that they took with the project. It's shocking how bad it is. Yeah, I mean, I can't really think of much else at the top of my head, other than it's definitely a waste of money. I would not pick this up as a joke, like just, I want to see how bad this is, because it's a long download. And even if you're doing it just for the 2-hour refund window on Steam or Epic, wherever you get it, just don't bother. It really just isn't worth it. Maybe in the far-flung future, when it's really cheap, if you want to just see how bad Redfall was, do it then. Definitely not now. For me, me and the bro will probably finish it at some point, just because. But also, I guess for me, it'll also be just to see how they continue to try and fix this. And I might update this as they go along. If they do make significant improvement to the game, and they do actually make it so it's a completely different experience. Like, if they No Man's Sky this game, and all of a sudden it becomes like this whole new thing with like events and stuff happening around the map, and more activities and more weapon variation, all this kind of stuff. If that happens, I'd happily make a video to say, like, wow, it's actually gotten good. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But I think I've pretty much covered all the talking points with this one. I suppose graphically, I'm not that bothered about everything looking you know, cutting edge, you know, Unreal Engine 5 type thing. I mean, if it runs, it runs, and if it looks okay, it's fine with me. Graphics I don't mind in the game. They're fine. Sound wise, relatively limited audio for the music, unfortunately. Voice acting, as I mentioned, is pretty bad. I don't think the voice actors themselves are bad, but the dialogue they're given is just terrible. It's rough. It's not very funny. They're attempting to hit some kind of, I guess, like an 80s style sort of cheese, but they're just not hitting that at all with what's been written. And the sort of peripheral vampire bad guy characters and stuff, their motivations and all the rest of it, there's not really much reason to care. I mean, they do have elements in the story that try to make it come across as, oh, it's quite bad, it's quite horrible what's happening, but it really don't give a crap. You just don't care. You don't care about the villains, you don't care about the heroes. And when you've done that, there's not really much reason to pay much attention to the narrative at all. And that's also, I guess, one of the big failings of it, because even as a story, it's just not that interesting. So yeah, I think I've rambled on enough. That was why I am disappointed with Redfall. And I guess people take these as kind of a review thing. Wasn't my intention, but yeah, I guess this is kind of what they've become. But yeah, don't do it. Stay away. Stay far away. Save your money. And help get the Vampire Masquerade Bloodlines instead. Get that working on your system. That's probably cheaper, and it's got more gameplay vampire related for you than anything like this could ever do. Or if you just want a good looter shooter, fucking play Destiny 2. It's free. Or if you're really hard up, buy Borderlands if you've never played it. So you'll get more out of that than you will this kind of game. Good God.
I think the idea is they see everyone else as a threat now and they're just protecting themselves.
Black old sun, won't you come? Wash away the game, black old sun.
Did they do a country version of that for us, or?
No, but the trailer version, they did the thing where they get this, like, 20-odd-year-old woman to do a really slow version of the song, and obviously they slow the song down as well, and it just takes all of the energy and just all that made the original song good out of it. It's on the Redfall launch trailer if you just want to be sad.
All I'm hearing is you're a misogynist.
Last time I walked across the ocean floor, I was wearing a hard suit pulling a submarine rescue.
Like, I find them terribly
I can do this.
However,
This isn't so
that is
bad.
the one song I cannot
Right?
listen to.
Well, I know the story why, because you told me in the past. But
Yeah. These guys know too. Oh, now there's ammo.
yeah, not when you need it. It's never there when you need it.
Fucking game.
Wash away your brains.
Black.
You know what this needs? You know what this game needed? Just ambient background. It needed Smashing Pumpkins. My love is winter. My love is lost.
Thought you were about to say Wesley Snipes.
No, that'd be entertaining.
That could only improve.
There's the boat. Hope the gear we need didn't get damaged.
Love is gone. The Watch Dogs trailer. It fucking live now. It made me cry.
Nothing.
Honestly, best piece of music on the Watch Dogs game. There's shit you know. My love is winter. Yeah, me and Kaz, because I used to play it. It's like Bedford go. Kaz would be in the bed as well. She sometimes watches me and have go. It's a Friday night. What's for dinner? Come up with our own version, our own lyrics for the song. How did I wasn't anywhere near that fire? Fuck
Yeah,
off,
your
game.
stupid robot ran straight into the fire.
Oh, idiot robot.
Yeah.
My love is winter. My love is gone. Oh, what's this? Oh, they're enemies. Sorry. I thought I was playing a Riven or a Mist game where there was no other people. You know, just solve puzzles.
get a nemesis.
You what, sorry?
Apparently.
No, not really. How did she hit you?
I don't know.
She had a fucking megaphone in her, up to her face. I mean, what's she doing? Spitting rhymes?
Yeah.
Got a fucking sniper in there. Jeez.
That's how wooden boards are defeated, men. Punch them. Ah! Need for speed. Stood all the way up, okay.
Oh, fuck me!
Since you asked.
And so nicely.
Run.
Oh god! Right on fucking top of me!
I'm confused. We're both at the spot.
I thought we're supposed to go. Wait a minute, the phrasing of this is all wrong.
Oh, get up on the roof here.
Oh, right, okay.
Thank you.
Tired, that's
No spectrum analyzer. Next place to check would be the Harbour Master's office.
okay, that's actually a little bit worrying.
Que carajo. Of course, we can't just walk up the ship with no drama. Might be best to hold them off from here.
Angry vampire attack. Right when we're trying to track.
Sorry, angry vampire attack, that sounds good.
The boat seems defensible, at least.
It's like they knew.
Oh,
Do we
can't-
jump out the window or?
I guess we go out the window.
Yeah.
Let's
There's one behind, she's trying to hit me, but I'm stuck here for. Ow! There you go.
Yeah, sorry.
Angler.
Reloading.
Oh. I am down. No.
So am I.
You walked into the fire?
Yeah. Backed up into it because I wasn't quite sure where I was.
Where the fuck are we now? Oh, fucking safe house.
Nearest shit house.
Shit house.
Yeah.
You doing your fucking shit house? What are you doing there?
Alright, off we go.
Fucking off we go again. Fucking, where are we? Oh god, 500 meters away.
There's more incoming.
Fucking, it said my gun only had 2 rounds in it, but turns out I had full ammo. Fuck off.
Nice one. No.
Fuck off, Spike.
Mulligan or leave?
The one from that shitty Buffy TV series.
Always been a fan of Milligan myself.
It's over then.
You don't have to sound so disappointed.
Okay, dealt with that then.
I didn't even know this was a thing.
No, never was I.
Curved
Why can't-
jaw pliers is apparently worth a lot to the people back at the fire station.
Of course.
I can see why he chose to become a vampire.
Yeah, it made his life so much better.
It did, didn't it? Yeah. Two bursts from assault rifle fire just immediately fucked his day up.
Yeah.
I am a creature of the night. Oh god, high velocity rounds. I watched Siren on Netflix. There's no way we'd sprint across this without like sinking into the mud very quickly.
Yeah, well. Magic.
Where's this? stupid thing. No, we're not getting back into that conversation. Where's
It's
the
magic mode.
fuck off with the magic mode? Where's the find the thing? Find the thing that's producing the red shit.
Trying to.
It's your boy, Kong Ming. Ah ha ha. Ha 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 ha.
Is this going to be a stupid thing that was part of the mission and it doesn't go until you kill all the vampires? And now we're stuck outside of the mission area?
Ah, that could very well be true.
Love it, Microsoft. Yeah. They wouldn't release a game like that.
I think like
You're thinking the
Tremors,
first
I may
step.
find a way through. Oh god, it's killing me.
Fuck it.
Okay, it's okay.
Much
Oh, I
better.
took a lot of damage there.
Just inject yourself with cocaine. It's okay.
Feeling right again.
Why is there no field? Oh, there's vampires under that.
Ah, fucking grabber.
Well,
Grabber's got me.
Looking for you.
Captain
Bye,
Oikonom? That's a bad place to shoot, isn't it?
Reloading. It's
Sorry.
another way.
reloading.
Hit them all up the arse.
Oh, out was a pace, get them up the arse. Oh, wow. What are we supposed to do
Sound
now?
just like Jenny Oliver.
Oh, it's Packer, innit? Packer, search the Harbour Master's office for the Spectrum Analyzer. What are we, the fucking Ghostbusters?
Right, so we've got to go back now.
Yeah, now we gotta go to the lighthouse now.
Okay.
Because we killed Captain Oinky Boinky or whatever the fucking name was. Is this proper is this for fucking real?
Ow!
Boinky boinky duck.
Ow, 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 fucking ow, ow, ow. Ow, 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 Jesus. Oh, Christ on a bike. Alright, I'm out. I'm good. I'm good now. Oh, Jesus, no, there's a tiny bit more on the floor there. Oh, God, Jesus. Some of those bits weren't even there. What the fuck
Yeah!
game?
We just ran through an area and it damaged us both.
Davros, by the way, for the third table, considering the jet takeoff issues that you were having last session, table 3 of Dante Run, I will not have on that table. I will use standalone tables going forward, just to avoid the potential performance things for you.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, no worries.
It will start to sound quieter and quieter to play the game.
What was that for?
Devils will sound quieter and quieter as we play the third map.
As the sound suppression kicks in, yeah.
I can't hear what he's saying. What did he roll? Sounds like you're in a fucking turbine generated room in a hydroelectric dam. Stavros.
There's no Russians around.
Stavros shouting, "The sheriff is a dame."
I'll call it in.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like we're going to a buddy. I'll call it in. Redfall.
Yep.
Oh, Paul, I'll see you on the jiu-jitsu range.
Okay.
Oh, this
Sorry,
mayhaps
what?
be a way up.
Are
What?
you an agent for harm?
I am an agent for harm.
Jiu-jitsu range.
Yeah, the jiu-jitsu range is from the movie Agent from Harm.
Agent for harm, yeah.
Yeah. I'll see you later on the jiu-jitsu range. That's what he says. It's fantastic.
Have you,
MST3K.
Yeah, have you seen MST3K in the mod?
No.
Oh, you're missing out.
Oh, my boy, missed out on so much.
I was just thinking jiu-jitsu range.
Yeah, they did, it's terrible movies.
Genuinely a line in a genuine film.
Hello!
Oh no, we're shooting you all in the fucking head! Not even trying to hide our presence.
Got backup
They
coming.
just appeared!
It's okay, I used the intricate melee system to take them down.
Yeah, I just stood there whilst they, like, spawned in front of me. It was awesome.
I'm supposed to stand there while they do that.
Oh.
I like how there was just this massive gunfight across the bridge. These guys are like, "Holy shit! There's intruders!"
I think I heard something.
Are these
Oh, it
Simon's
must have been
NPCs?
You can take
Yeah.
I was once called relentless, you know. Relentless
No,
and...
I'm knocking down some ridge with you.
But still.
Let's hope we never have to find the water wheel, Paul. We're fucked.
Yeah.
Who sabotaged the water wheel?
He doesn't
Wonder if it's
know,
good for
and we never will.
Oh my god.
Good to go.
It's lucky the AI are here to stop us from just doing whatever we
They've
want.
got that radiant AI.
Well, my minions will totally get you. I'm sure they're working on a plan now.
It will be as devastating as it is clever.
It'll leave you fucking lost for words, trust me.
He's canning like a fox that graduated Canning University.
Yeah.
Ah, so you've at least watched Blackadder.
Let's take all this
so,
gear
yeah.
together and see
Which
if we
one?
can
That at
make it
least.
work.
All of them.
Right. So
Yes, I've watched all of them.
connect the antenna to the spectrum analyzer. Where's the antenna? Oh, you have to be in here apparently to connect the spectrum antenna to the analyzer or some shit. I don't know.
Come in now.
Sorry, did I just turn it off or? Yeah, I just turned it off.
Alright, got the last bit.
There we go.
Hooked up and see what we can do with it.
I'm getting a real strong read on your equipment, though. Nice job. Next time the Holler Man opens his big mouth, we can get a lock on him. Just keep the equipment running. You copy that?
Copy that, Anna.
That was really close.
Don't
Oh
like
no,
the look of
the
that.
rook is coming, Paul.
He is. Dirty bastard.
Oh my god!
You just couldn't quit trouble.
Just couldn't stop yourself, could you know? Oh, it's fucking coming,
shit.
boys.
The lightning is coming. He is my fury.
Here's my fury.
My punishment.
He disappeared off the dev or something. Has he got a zipline?
You hiding inside?
Self.
On far side.
Oh man, that was tough, man. Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my god, he
Oh.
was so difficult to kill. Well, that's
wow.
done then.
Jesus,
Wow.
I barely survived the rook.
That was an incredible boss fight, everybody. Did you hear it?
Oh, that sounds terrifying.
Oh, by the way, his
When did
drop
it
is
start?
under the floor here.
Of course it is.
Like
I
I,
got-
said, it sounds terrifying. When does the
Yep.
fight start?
I got the shotgun disproportionate response. I must be in Israel.
Oh, I need to get rid of some stuff, apparently. Oh, I'm carrying a lot of crap.
Disproportionate response. That's great.
Oh, okay, it's like that. I think it's the South African auto combat shotgun. Is it the Dow 12, whatever it's called? Good big, like cylindrical
Neo
drum.
something, Neo Pop or something, yeah.
Yeah, it's really fucking nasty looking. Yeah.
I don't know what that was, but I think we got what we need. See you back at the fire station.
Do you want to just teleport back to the fire station?
Yeah, once I've got that gun.
Is it the disproportionate response for you?
Yeah.
Right, have you got it, yeah?
Yeah, now I have.
Teleport back to the fire station.
Okay.
It's fucking stupid. I was thinking, like, I'm sure he has a drop. I walked around and saw this orange pile of ash underneath the floorboards, like, for fuck's sake.